Instagram, and Facebook. So this is the first time I am actually doing this. I am both live on my Instagram and on Facebook as well. So there's going to be two places at the same time. Now, if my audio isn't clear, please do let me know in the comments below. What is up, Monica? So today I received a question. Sean, how do you manage to find the what is up key? Can I wave? I can't wave. What is up, Syed, Jerry, Patrick, Sui? Well, everyone is here. Wonderful. Jay, it's here. Yeah, so the question was, Sean, how do you find the focus and mental strength to forge a high-income skill, and build your own business full-time? So apparently this person has some struggles or some difficulty getting into doing what he wants to do full-time. Maybe you have some restrictions, maybe you have some obstacles in your way, or maybe really it's all in your mind. You see, looking back on hindsight, I realized that I made a very, very powerful decision. If you don't know my story, then maybe I'll just very quickly share it again. So back in 2016, I was still struggling with teaching martial arts, earning about $50 an hour. And at the time, it was good money. You know, when you're in your 20s, like that's good money. But then when you're closing in on your 30s, then you start asking yourself, okay, what's going to happen like in the next 10, 20 years? Because in the next 10, 20 years, I'm going to be like 40 or 50. So I asked myself a very simple question. Looking back at my life, the last 10 years, how I spent. Audio is clear? Wonderful. What is up, everybody? My university professor is here as well. What is up, Mr. Tang? Dexter, Joshua, Adrian, Patrick, everyone is here. So I asked myself, the last 10 years that I spent my life doing whatever I was doing, making $50 an hour, looking into my next 10 years or next 20 years when I'm going to be 40 or 50 and becoming an old man, can I still do what I was doing in my 20s? So meaning, do I still want to have the same 10 years that I had the last 10 years and repeat that cycle for another 10 years? Clearly, the answer was a no. So if the answer is a no, then I had to sit down and ask myself, okay, so what's the plan now? Then what do I have to do, right? So when I sat down, the first decision that I made is that's it. I'm pivoting into the world of business. I'm pivoting into entering the world of business, and I want to sit under the learning tree of the best and learn how to play the game. It's a huge mountain to climb, but you know, if I can do it with martial arts and I can do it in sports and overcoming my limitations, then I was absolutely ready and willing to take on the challenge in the business world, right? So with that, I sat down and said, okay, so that's my decision. And I was clear and I was firm with that decision. And that's what you need to have as well. The next thing, when I sat down, I wrote my goal clearly. And I was very clear about my goal as well. I was clear about my decision and I was clear about my goal. So what I wrote down was the first thing I'm going to acquire is a high income skill. And I told myself I was going to dedicate an entire year to building that high income skill. So can you see that I basically just removed everything and I only focus on one thing, which is to enter the world of business, and even I narrow it down to building one high income skill. One. So what is your one? If you've got 5, 10 things going on in your life, maybe even 2, then it's going to be very hard for you to find that focus and find that efficiency and find that clarity and find that success. So what is your one? And you have to decide what is your one. Okay, so there are 3 things on this video, on both my IG and my Facebook, that I want you to know. In order to harness the power of decision, number 1, you have to make your decision. To be more specific, you need to write it down. You see over here, this is my other desk. So this is the desk for my computer. I have another desk right here. It's for my writing and studying purposes. I have a goal card right here. I have actually many, many of these cards over here. And I put it just in front of me because when I write down that decision, when you write down that decision, you have to be absolutely clear what is it going to be. And if you cannot say your decision, your goal in one sentence, you ain't going nowhere, man, because you have no clarity. So step one in harnessing the power of your decision is to write your goal down clearly in one sentence. Okay. For example, by the end of February, by the end of March, or by the end of April, or by the end of May, I'm going to be making 10K USD a month. Set a clear goal, be specific, write it down. Okay. Whatever it is, number one, I want you to write your goal down and put it in a place where you can see it. You got it? Write your goal down. Number two, this is a non-action step actually. Number two, and this is important, tell no man. Your goal is an extension of you. Your goal is the non-physical part of you. You shape your goal, it shapes you back in return. If you tell other people about your goal and they attack your goal, or they bring the frequency of your goal down, then they are bringing a part of you down. It's that simple. So when your goal is at the stage of a seed and it's still barely just germinating because you probably wrote it down just yesterday, and it is so vulnerable, it is so delicate, why would you want to tell another person about your goal? Right? Goal, tell no man, means you keep the goal within yourself and you nurture it. And this brings me to point 3, but I'll talk about it in a while. Tell no man, period. I know it's tough keeping things to yourself, but that's just the way it is in the world of business. You have to be firm and dare to keep your goal within you until the results come. Then by that time, people will be screaming your innermost convictions from the top of their roofs because you have succeeded. They will do the screaming for you that you have succeeded, but until then, keep it to yourself because you're still vulnerable, right? It's still germinating. It's a delicate phase. Keep it to yourself. Number 3, when it comes to harnessing the power of decision, after you got your clear goal written down, after you have kept it safely inside of you and you're telling no one. Number 3, you have to learn how to nurture your goal, how to feed the plant, right? Because you're growing a new plant, how to take care of the plant, how to fertilize the plant. And guess what? Guess how you nurture your goal? Guess how you nurture your goal? So you've written it down and you're telling no one, and now I want you to feed this goal and make it grow. Because when you feed your goal and it grows, you grow as well. So how are you going to nurture that goal? Put it in the comments below. Let's see if anyone can answer the question. How do you nurture and grow a goal that is inside of you? So you have already written down and you're clear exactly what you're going to be achieving in the next month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months. During that period, as you are telling no one and you're keeping it safely stored inside yourself, how are you going to grow it? I'm going to leave this on for 30 seconds while I read the comment section. Burn bridges. Megan is proud of me. That's wonderful. Tell people that believe in you. Yes, absolutely. You see, if you tell obviously there are exceptions, right? If you tell your goal to a loved one or to someone you trust and they mirror back your frequency, or even better, they raise your frequency and they protect your goal, right? And they take care of it and they're strengthening your goal, then of course, by all means, tell them. That's a mastermind. That is a mastermind. It is powerful. So yes, definitely share with the people that bring your goals up. But if you even get the slightest hunch, the slightest intuition that if you tell like these other people about your goal, they're going to be envious, they're going to be negative, they're going to say shit that bring your goal down in any way, shape, or form that affects the frequency and health and strength and vibration of your goal. Control yourself. Put your fingers on your lips, just keep quiet, and work on your goal when you're alone. So some answers here: visualization, take action daily. Yeah, so there is the answer I want. It's you're right, visualization, which brings feelings, as if, exactly. It is the feeling. The feeling is the secret. Let me repeat that. It is the feeling. The feeling is your secret. And not feeling as though you're chasing after the goal. Here's the kicker. It's feeling as if you already have the goal. Practice. Practice until you are good at doing that. The moment that happens, you become one with your goal and you are compelling. I repeat, you are compelling the goal to happen in your life, to come to you. That is how I went from being a unfocused person, chasing after martial arts, chasing after fencing, chasing after copywriting, chasing after so many things, and I narrowed down. I said, I'm going to build my one high income skill. Right? And I set a goal. It's a 10K goal. And I wrote it down. I told nobody. I blocked everything out. And I left all my social circles. And I just focused on building that one goal. And I gave myself a time limit, 1 year to achieve that. Within 10 months, in my 9th month, I achieved that goal. And I made my first 10K month. And that did not happen by accident. That happened by design. And I'm sharing with you right now. You have to know what your goal is. You have to write it down. You cannot tell anyone, other than the exceptions I mentioned about, people that bring you up. And you must have the right feelings. And here's a bonus point for you. Here's a bonus point for you. Your ideal, your goal is over here, right? And this is me, right? In order for your goal to come true, your state, and it's over here, your emotional state and this goal, they have to fuse. You see that? That was for my IG, and I'm going to do it again. This is your goal. Maybe it's a 10K month as well, okay? This is your state. Your goal and your state have to fuse on the same level of frequency. If that doesn't happen, you're not getting your goal. And how do you know what your state is? Your habitual moods, the moods that you frequently find yourself in, maybe you're often frustrated, maybe you're often having a lot of lower self coming up. If that's the case, your habitual moods reveal exactly what kind of state you are in. And if your goal is here and your state is here, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a very hard time moving towards your goal because you are going to be stuck at this frequency. So always check yourself. How can I raise my vibration? How can I raise my state so that I'm over here and my goal is here and we can fuse we are one? That is the power of decision. What do you think? What do you think? So put it in the comments below if I explain it well, if you got the message. Otherwise, I need to get better at explaining it. But basically, those are the 3 things, right? You need to have a decision and write it down. Tell no man and feed it with the right feelings. And the bonus tip that I just shared, your decision, okay, is what's going to be fusing your state of mind with your ideal. That's when you're compelling it to happen. It must happen. Feeling and thought, your thought and your emotions is the irresistible combination. Thought and emotion is the irresistible combination. So think about it. So that's it for my sharing for today. It's the first time I'm live on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So there is a link in my description below. It's not on IG. You probably have to click on my bio or hop onto my Facebook. So my Facebook is facebook.com/the Sean Sena, same as my IG handle. If you're on Facebook, look at the description. You'll see a link to my success coach. So all of this I learned from my success coach. His name is Marc Jospitre. He's a very, very handsome man, and he is a very, very smart expert at the stuff that I'm just sharing with you right now. He taught me everything. And this coming March 5th, 6th, and 7th, the 5th, 6th, and 7th of March, he will be doing a three-day free live masterclass where he's going to explain to you exactly the science of how all this works, right? And it's titled The Science of Getting Rich. It's titled The Science of Getting Rich. You can find it in my description below. It's a free 3-day masterclass. It's going to teach you everything that I just shared with you and more. All right, it's all in the title. It's the science of getting rich. And if right now you are stuck and you don't know what to do and you can't make decisions and you don't know what your goals are and you don't know how to get there and you don't know what the blueprint is and you have no exit strategy, you don't know what to do, register for this masterclass, right? It's in the link below, subscribepage.com/science of getting rich. It's a free 3-day masterclass. You're going to get 3 full days of absolute value, nothing but value. It's free, 3 days, right? Click on it, register, and you will be redirected to the place that we are going to conduct this live masterclass. If for whatever reason the slots are full, then maybe just drop me a DM and I will see if I can give you access. But right now, chances are it's going to be full already. If that's the case, just drop me a DM and I'll see what I can do. Until then, you should be on that page right now and registering for the 3-day masterclass with my success coach, Marc Jospitre. So that's it for my update today. I hope by the end of this video, you have absolute clarity on what is the power of decision. And by now, you should be able to see if you never made a real decision inside, then you ain't gonna get nothing. Is that clear? You got no decision, then you going to get nothing. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Are you having a real decision? If you don't have, I don't know, maybe because you don't know how to do it, or I don't know what the issue is, comment below so I know what's going on. So I'm going to leave this on for a couple more minutes, and I'm just going to read the comments section. Wow, that is a lot of people. Think of it every day. So yes, think and emotion. So it's both thoughts and feelings. What is up, Sonny? What is up, Abdul Majid Al Kanan? What is up, Miriam? Yeah, Bob talks about creating cells of recognition in your brain that makes clear why you visualize. Every one of us is visualizing, whether you realize it or not. The problem is whether you are visualizing and you're distracted, whether you're visualizing things you don't want, or whether you are visualizing the things that you actually want. We are all visualizing. Megan says, yes, close your eyes as if it's already here. Keyword, already. Feel it. Feel that great feeling. You know why the keyword is already? Because if you are having a visualization or you're having a frequency of chasing after something, then you will attract everything you need to be chasing after that something, which means you don't have it. And if you truly have it, you will be in the frequency and you will have the visualizations of the world within, of as if you already own it. You are it, period. Nothing else. Block out all the evidence of your senses. Focus on your ideal. Mariam is asking, I have one question here. How do you know you're in line with the goal? I love this kind of deep, tough questions. So I have to take a sip of water. There was a period in my life. So the question is, I have one question here. How do you know you are in line with the goal? The answer is very, very simple. You will feel it in your gut. It will come up and it will tell you. If you just sit down in a quiet place and just be with yourself and you listen very carefully, you will hear a sound. You will hear a sound. It feels like this. And it is very, very faint. And if you miss it, you will not be able to detect it. And if you're able to detect it, you will realize that that sound is your friend. That sound is you. That faint sound of going is your intuition. And you can block it out once. You can block it out twice. And maybe it's saying something to you like, Miriam, go reach out to that person. Go speak to that person. Maybe your intuition is saying, Miriam, don't do it. Don't attend that event, or go do that, or don't do this, or don't be like this, or leave that place, or leave that activity, or leave your job, or whatever it is. If you listen carefully enough to that sound, you are honing your higher mental faculty. It's your intuition. Your subconscious mind communicates with you through your intuition. It's sending you message. It's sending you signals. It's telling you what you need to do. It's your higher self giving you directions. The more you're grateful and the more you trust your intuition, the sharper and stronger and more powerful it will be. Let me repeat it. The more thankful, the more grateful, the more you use and you strengthen your intuition, the more powerful it's going to be. And there's no upper limit to how powerful your intuition can be. So when you are in line with your goal, you will feel it in your gut. And that message, that sound that goes, it's going to tell you that you are at the right place, you are at the right frequency, you are at the right people, you are with the right people, you are doing the right things, and above all, you are getting the right results. It will not lie, and your feelings will not lie to you. On the other hand, if you're not treating your intuition like a sacred, respected messenger, and you are just blocking it out, every time it tells you, hey, Miriam, don't do it, and you go and do it. Every time it tells you, hey, Miriam, quit this habit or take up this new habit, and you block it out, you're not treating your intuition with love and respect, just like any important messenger that comes into your life. What do you think is going to happen? Or the next time it's not going to come. The next time it's going to be inaccurate. The next time it's going to feed you wrong information. And then the next time you don't trust me and I don't trust you. So that is my long answer to how do you know if you're in line with your goal. Great question. If I didn't do a good job answering the question, let me know in the comments below. Listen to your intuition. Yes, Marc Jospitre is a very, very handsome man. He looks like a Greek philosopher. I'm serious. He has a very unique, exotic look. And it comes from his inner vibration, right? Is he as handsome as me? No, he is more handsome than me. He is more handsome than me. What is up, Syed? What is up, Hugh? What is up, Rafikul? What is up, Hugh? What is up, Ryan? What is up, Sui? Yes, gut feelings indeed. Go with your gut. If you can't trust your gut. Now, are there times that your gut will be wrong? Right? It's not right all the time. If you read the book, Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow, you know that your subconscious mind does make mistakes. It's not perfect all the time. Right? But that's not to say you don't trust your gut, because the worst vibration that you can be in is an unsure vibration. I rather you make mistakes, and I rather you embrace mistakes and fail forwards and learn how to tweak, refine, and recover fast, rather than to avoid mistakes. The frequency you are in when you're always on the defensive, when you're always hesitating because you have a fear of making mistakes, that is a sure way to losing. So embrace mistakes, fail forward, and trust your gut, go with it. Okay? Yep, Sean is the master. I am not a master. I am a master student. That's what I want to be. The only time I'm a master is when I'm lying in the coffin. If I'm alive, I'm a master student. Thanks, Sean. Cheers, Miriam. Hugh says deep thinking, actually accurate thinking. That's right. Right paradigm, right thinking, right vibration, right results, right feedback, right cycle. That's the plan. Really, it makes sounds? Oh yes, your intuition is going. And when you tap into it, you can actually hear what it's saying. Try it. Like practice, develop. This is a higher mental faculty. It's not coming from your five senses. It's not coming from your five senses. You have to build and refine it like a muscle. Yes, Hugh is saying it will come when you align, definitely. Definitely. If you are not aligned, your goal says make 10K, your subconscious habit says, go hang out with people that don't have the same goals, or, waste your time on Netflix or that kind of thing. If you're not aligned, your intuition cannot help you. You cannot help yourself. Hugh says, we run on distraction every day. The trick is not to block out distraction. The trick is to learn how to pull yourself back fast. Yes, massive imperfect action. Fail forward. Okay, so that is my update for today. Scroll back if you missed the power of decision. Right, so I gave 3 tips as well as a bonus tip. You have to write down your goals, tell no one about it, and feed your goals with the right emotions. And remember, fuse your state. Check your state and fuse it at the level of the frequency that you will be when you already achieve your goal. Your inner talk as of this moment, has to be a match with what you will eventually say when you already achieve your goal. So start talking to yourself as though you're already there. Otherwise, you're never getting it. Okay, so remember to register for my success coach, the handsome man, Marc Jospitre's free 3-day masterclass. The link is going to be on my Facebook page. If you're on Instagram, hop over to my Facebook. That's facebook.com/the Sean Sena. Find the link, click on it, register. If slots are already out, drop me a DM and I will try to give you access. If you're watching the replay of this live on YouTube, remember to like my video, subscribe to my wonderful channel, and hit the notification bell so every time I release a video on personal development and thinking into results, you get notified. Last but not least, if you know of a friend that's struggling with making decisions, they got no clue, they got no plan, they got no way out, and they are stuck, do them a favor and tag them in the comments below, or just give them the URL to this video, this replay, wherever you're watching it, and do them a favor. You never know whose life you could change when you take an action like that. So that is it for my video. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you, Hugh. It's wonderful connecting with you. And I hope you got your share of value, inspiration, and clarity. What is up, Geraldine? I'm just calling it a day right now, so you have to watch the replay. Any tips, comments, feedback, send them my way, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next live video. Cheers, guys.